We tend to think that getting your hands on a fortune is the hardest part of the financial equation, but history suggests otherwise. Accumulating millions of dollars is historically easier than retaining it across generations. Look at professional sports. Every year, 19-year-old rookies enter the league and sign contracts that deposit massive, life-altering amounts of cash into their bank accounts, virtually overnight. Many young athletes, like Chris Bosh when drafted as a teenager, received this extreme wealth without the systemic financial education required to manage it. Without that foundation, the money often disappears as quickly as it arrived. There is a significant gap between raw cash generated from daily labor, your active income, and the architectural plan needed to protect it over decades. Without a built architecture, a massive windfall functions as a temporary spike in income, lacking the structure to survive a single generation. This structural breakdown shows a lasting legacy requires a specific framework: estate planning, tax management, insurance, and automated workflows. For decades, building this meant hiring a dedicated team of expensive bankers, lawyers, and wealth managers. Access to the system was effectively restricted to those who could afford these gatekeepers. That barrier is breaking down. Artificial intelligence and tools like ChatGPT are democratizing access to these exact financial systems, putting the power of a wealth management team directly into the hands of the individual. Tyler Perry's The Haves and the Have-Nots illustrates the stark gap between the servant class and the moneyed elite. Historically, the elite protected their status by hoarding access to complex legal and financial systems. AI now automates those systems, meaning the primary barrier between these classes has shifted from who you can hire to how you use the technology. Failing to adopt AI today results in a permanent reliance on the very gatekeepers these tools were designed to bypass. Before you can deploy any external financial system, the foundation starts internally. Building a legacy requires a you versus you mentality. The first two pillars of this inner work are faith, trusting the vision enough to take the next step, and fears. You have to overcome the emotional barriers and internal resistance that keep you from executing your plan. Next are the physical and practical pillars. Fitness means treating your physical health as your primary asset, while finance involves mastering the mechanics of money and transitioning from active labor into passive income. The final pillar is family. You have a responsibility to act as a model, building a robust educational foundation for the nieces, nephews, and children who will eventually inherit the systems you create. When any single one of these personal pillars fails, the entire external financial system eventually collapses under its own weight. Once your internal architecture is stable, you apply AI as a dedicated co-partner to execute the strategy. This flowchart shows how AI serves as a multiplier. You can generate automated workflows that parse data and use AI-driven calculators to instantly map out financial plans that bypass traditional financial gatekeepers. Executing these strategies in a vacuum rarely works. A lasting legacy requires a collaborative network and a shared collective intelligence to sustain momentum. The Delta Sigma Theta sorority proves how individual capabilities, when combined with the shared resources of a global network, accelerate impact far beyond what one person can do alone. Generational wealth is generated by merging the technical capabilities of artificial intelligence with a deeply connected human community. Financial and systemic education represents the only truly untouchable asset in a legacy. Bank accounts can be drained and real estate can be lost, but the systemic knowledge of how money works, once transferred to the next generation, cannot be taken away. Consider a family starting from zero versus a family that inherits both deep financial literacy and a set of fully functioning automated systems. Wealth is the comfort and security you build for yourself today. Legacy is the infrastructure you leave behind to protect others tomorrow. Building that infrastructure is an active, daily responsibility that cannot be delegated to anyone else. The 30-Day Legacy Lane Challenge offers an immediate path to start building this infrastructure. It requires dedicating time each day to combine inner emotional work with practical AI integration for your taxes, insurance, and estate planning. Yesterday is gone, and as the technological landscape continues to accelerate, the cost of waiting to integrate these systems rises every day. You must design your own reality now to secure your family's place on the right side of the wealth divide.